All right, guys, so here she is, the Revv1 with scooter tires on it, or motorcycle tires, whatever you want to call it. These are the Michelin City Grip 2s. These definitely have a lot of grip. I tested them out in the previous video if you haven't seen that, but I only put maybe like 10 miles on them so far. These things are 110, 70, 16. So that's what you need to know if you're ever looking for tires for your 20-inch by 4 inches wide, whatever you have. It doesn't matter what type of fat tire e-bike you have. As long as the rim is 20 by 4, these will fit on there. Just look up this size. So 110, 70, 16. I will say that these are definitely smaller than the stock Revv1 tires. So I do think we're going to lose some speed, which we need to test out really quick. But the reason why we do this mod for any of our electric bikes is because now you don't have to worry about like getting any type of flat. So I could straight get a nail up in here, pop the tube, and I could probably still ride on this tire to get home because of how thick these are. These are absolutely so thick that these are not gonna get a flat at all. And if it does, like I said, you could just ride on it because it's so stiff of a tire. Another thing is, I did have these aired up to like 34 PSI. I did lower them down to 24 or 25 PSI. So hopefully they work a little bit better because they were very hard. And I felt everything on the road when I was riding it the other day. So I'm hoping it fixed a little bit of the issues because I was not having an enjoyable time on this bike with these being aired up so much. So we'll see how it is right now. Maybe I'll even have to lower them to like 20 PSI because you don't really need a lot of PSI in these because they're so like hard of a rubber. So anyways, let's get on the way. Let's see how fast we can go really quick. And then we'll do some cornering and talk about them. The last thing I want to do is go over water. God dang it. I'll wait for this Honda Civic. I missed my Honda Civic. I had a green one just like that. All right, anyways, this is full throttle. Still a little bumpy, I will say. 48, 49, 50, 51, come on, just 50? 51, there we go, all right. So I'm noticing that the display is off. The display says 53 and this says 52. So we definitely did lose some top speed. Now, I have seen this display hit 55 miles an hour before, so we still have some mile per hour to go. Maybe we could probably reach like 53, but I've seen 55 before. And if this is, oh man, it's still bumpy, like I said. If this is higher by 2 miles an hour compared to this, then that means we lost 2 miles per hour off our top speed. The one thing I did notice by putting these tires on is I got a little bit more acceleration because it's not a tall tire, it's a shorter tire, so it picks up your acceleration, but not by much because these tires are very heavy. They're like 8-point-something pounds each. They're not as light as the stock tires. And you can definitely tell while putting the stock tires up to these, if you hold them back to back, you know, like in your hands, you're gonna notice how more premium these are. But I would not suggest getting motorcycle, scooter tires, again, whatever you want to call them, for your bike if you have a stock like 20 amp hour battery. I'd only do it if you have, I'm gonna go around these people, if you have 2 batteries or you have an aftermarket like system like I do. That's the only time that I would ever suggest getting these because it's definitely going to kill your range. So far, I mean, I like them compared to the stock tires. They're definitely a lot more like interesting to get used to. But the biggest difference is I've been used to the Shinkos. I don't remember the model name on the Shinkos on my Super 73. You guys can go check out that video. They're like 527s or something weird like that. I think I like those more than I like these. It's not like these are bad or anything, but these are shorter. They're not as wide. They have like a contact patch like right in the middle that's very like skinny, but then, you know, it has like a very thin like sidewall. I don't know how to say it like properly, but it fades off really fast on the edges. So what that means is as you're turning, you put your weight into the bike. It doesn't really work on this. You need to be on like a straight up ass like turn. You can feel it. And as you try to straighten it out, it's a little harder to straighten out because then you got to get on the groove in the middle of the tire again. But the Shinkos are almost completely flat and they barely like taper off to the side. That's probably the word I should have mentioned, was tapering off. But yeah, so these are very skinny in the middle and then they taper off. they feel exactly like a motorcycle tire should feel, because when you go into that turn, you want to really like hug and get down low, and then you have that contact patch on the side that's like sideways, and that will really keep you upright. And they're called City Grip too, so I assume they should be like really sticky. Now, I'm not really gonna be testing that out and trying to drag knee on an e-bike. I'm not that type of person. I'm not even gonna try it. I just wanted to be different, because this Revv1 is different from our Super 73 build, so you just have to be different. But see, can you guys see how the tire is? See how like it tapers off like so much on the sides? The Shinko is definitely a lot different. It's pretty much like 3 times as flatter in the middle than this is. Oh, whoa! Oh, my pedals! My Forkner pedals! God damn it! All right, so here's a con. These tires, they're so much lower than the stock ones. I didn't measure them on inches or anything like that, but I would say we probably lost like an inch for sure. Anyways, the pedals come in contact with the ground if it's laying on its side, like if you have one side down. Are you turning? Because you do not have a turn signal on. What an idiot. God, man, people cannot drive. Just put a turn signal on, I would've known what the hell you were doing. So anyways, just keep that in mind that, damn, you gotta be careful on where your pedal placement's at. It'll definitely probably help if you had a chain on this bike as well. I don't have a chain, so I don't know if a lot of you guys went to the 72 volt like I did, but having a chain would be nice because it does keep the pedals kind of stationary. The way it is right now is if I let off, they just kind of fly wherever they want. If the wind's pushing them, they'll just start spinning backwards. So having no resistance in the pedals is not fun. But that's my setup, not yours. We're here about the tire, so let's see. No one's around here. All right, so check this out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm probably not gonna give these the best demonstration, I'm telling you guys that right now, but oh yeah. I definitely feel like I can take this like better. I don't know about how much faster, but I'm definitely leaning more than I normally do on my e-bikes, but it still feels scary as hell. Like, no one's ever gonna do that. Woo! Can your Revv1 do this, baby? Or your version 2 Revv1? 45 miles an hour coming up an overpass, baby. You gotta love it. If you guys are looking for any 72 volt content on this, just go and look at my playlist. I have a playlist of me messing around with this bike and showing you guys the process of all the stuff I had to order and what happened to get it this fast. I did a 5-part series, so go check that out if you're interested. Now we gotta go make this green light. Oh, okay, we're going faster now, 53 miles an hour. Ah, we're still not gonna reach. Ah. Pedal. We're still not gonna reach that 55 mile an hour mark, so if you want your bike to go faster, try to find some taller tires. I don't remember if the first number or the second number is the one you have to worry about, but, oh, you know what? Instead of taking this path on the sidewalk, let's actually take this main road. Let's hope they're not working out here, because they were working on that street back there. So let's go straight. If they're working, it's gonna suck, because I'm gonna be in their way. I'm gonna have to probably pop up the curb or something like that. Let's see. Let's try to get a good angle if they're out here or not, so I know to jump on the curb before this fence comes in the way. I don't see anybody. I think it's just me by myself. Damn, someone's already done burnouts out here and donuts. Come on, man. Come on. Can't have nice things around here. Hey, they're putting a billboard up over here too. What the heck is going on over here? Fresno. All right, woo, let's get off of here. Let's go through here. Whoa, man, that's crazy. Is this the freeway or what? No way. That's insane. That's the first billboard I've ever seen like on a main street, because this is just a regular ass street. I don't know why I got in this lane. Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten this lane because I got pedals. I should have been in the right-hand lane. Oh man, if these people next to me speed up and then the people behind me are tailgating me, and everyone else is tailgating the people behind. I need to get over. That's basically my main thing, is getting over. So hopefully they go pretty slow at the light. I'll full throttle it and get up to speed. We got a little bit more torque, baby, like I told you. So it should be all right. Yeah, that car is slacking. There we go. That's how you do it. You guys want to go to 72 volt? That's how you do it, baby. If you guys can see my rearview mirror, everyone's way back there. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So far, though, the tires are feeling good. The only thing I'm noticing, barely, and going downhill, we're hitting 55. There we go. So going downhill, we'll still hit 55. Barely, ever so slightly, a little bit of vibration from the tires because they're very hard to get on. They're very hard to keep them even around the whole beat of the rim. But 100%, I will tell you this, the Shinkos are horrible at trying to adjust them and put them on the rim. Trust me on this. Don't go, man. What the heck? Trust me on this. These are way easier. My Super 73 hops all over the place and my arms are just like jumping back and forth. Like, you could literally see it on my Super 73 videos. You can see my hand going back and forth. This one is maybe, I don't know, maybe like a 3 out of 10 compared to the Super 73, which is probably like a 7 out of 10 for how like shaky it is. And there's really nothing you can do. The easiest way you can maybe fix that is just trying to take the tire off, deflate it again, and make sure there's no weight on the bottom of it, because then that will inflate the top of it more and the bottom will be more flat. And then just try to make sure it's even all the way around and spin it while you put it on the bike and see where it lands at. That's really all you can do, is just trial and error. Just keep airing it up, airing it down, airing it up, airing it down. If you want to get rid of that. There's really no way of going around it. All right, so, ooh, it's nice and cold in here. I didn't even bring a jacket. I didn't bring no vest on. I didn't bring anything. I just brought my backpack and my gloves and my helmet. That's it, because it's just hot. Oh, I can do a burnout. Hey, you need the key. Hector. All right, let's go. What is this? I didn't do that. Whatever that is, I didn't do it. This bike didn't do it. I don't know where that came from. Someone probably just slipped and fell, that's all. All right, so let's pedal. They can't pedal. Wait for me. Oh, I was pushing the throttle. Oops. What's up?
Later, bro.
I mean,
another one?
Yeah, I've had this one for a while. There's a lot of money.
This one?
Yep.
Every single one.
That is true.
A lot of money.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta.
It's more than $1,000. So.
This one starts at $2,400. It goes up to 37 miles an hour. I put a custom battery made by this company called Powerful Lithium. I work with them. The battery was the most expensive thing. It was like $1,900 for the battery. The rear setup with the secondary display and everything, $1,000. Wow. And then this little basket was $100 to put it all in there. Now check it out. You can see all my stuff. So I got a different controller right here.
Yeah.
Is that a roach? All right. And big old battery right here. So it's all hidden. It's kind of nice.
So this one lasts how long? The battery?
I haven't done a range test on it yet, but since it does now, it does like about 53 miles an hour, 54 miles an hour. If I stay that fast, I don't think it's gonna get much range. I think it's probably gonna be like, I wanna say probably like 35 miles or so, going that fast.
But I mean, how often you gonna charge? How, like you put it charging every day?
Yeah. I mean, if I know I'm gonna ride the next day, I'll put it charging. If I'm not, you don't want to charge it. You just want your battery just to kind of be like in the middle.
Okay.
You never want to have your battery too low at like 10 or 20%, but you never want to have it like at 100%. It's never good for a battery to sit fully charged and you never use it. So.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. I'll see you, man.
See you later, bro.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Careful.
Thanks, man. Oh man, you gotta love my little horn. Bye, Hector. Woo! Oh, you gotta love doing that sometimes. Just like, peace out. Oh, come on, brake. Been making that nasty ass noise again. It's funny because a lot of you guys were talking about, maybe I even said it earlier in the video, but there's one little rivet on this rotor on the front, and it's ever so slightly bigger than the other ones. And since the rotor isn't 100%, you know, straight, it barely shakes back and forth. Not much. You might be thinking to yourself like, oh, you got to get it aligned or it's bent. It's not. It barely moves. And anyways, it's barely clipping the adapter. All right, I had to cut that because I messed that up. But anyways, oh, whoa. So 180 millimeter rotor to a 203 millimeter rotor, it's hitting that adapter. That's basically what's happening. But I highly don't suggest doing that. I suggest just get red brake pads. That's all you need. Just get some really good brake pads up front and you'll be set. Because now I have like a squeaking issue up front. Maybe I can change out the pads and how to fix it. I don't know. But I had a bunch of issues like putting this front rotor on. I even have a washer in between the wheel now that was never there because it wouldn't work. It would hit the adapter 100% because the new rotor sticks out so much farther because it's beefier. So I just ran into too much issues. I wouldn't worry about doing this setup. I think if I put another slightly thinner washer in there, I could pull it away from the adapter, but we're just gonna leave it. I'm not messing around with it no more. Some other stuff I wanted to talk about as we left was I did never figure out the timer. So obviously stock battery on top, we're still running the stock display, the stock lighting system for the brakes, everything like that. And unfortunately, it turns off after 10 minutes. There's nothing I can do. I tried everything. It just basically doesn't detect the motor. We tried pushing all these buttons, like the plus and minus. We've tried doing everything just to see if it would do something, and it doesn't. And real quick, let me pull in here really quick so I can show you guys the new rear brake. Oh, now it's really making noise up here. Oh man, this is not good lighting. I forgot how bad it is in here. They need to get some white lighting in here. Hold on, we can't do it in here. What the hell? That's like the worst lighting to film with. Okay, so doesn't look like there's a lot of people around, but still, it looks like a heavy foot traffic area. People were gonna walk around. So anyways, you guys can see how the brake looks like when I'm pushing it down. And this is how the, whoa, God, that's bright. That's super, super bright. All right, it's not too bad. Now let's try it with the turn signal on really quick. Step back. Oh, wow, holy crap. Ride1Up, that is noticeable. That's like straight up motorcycle style. That is a badass brake light. Wow, I am impressed. Wow. That I am not impressed by, but no, seriously, that tail light is 100% way better than the one that it comes with. Wow. All right. I gotta give it to him. That's nice. But yeah, there's still so many like issues and bugs to work out with this thing, but once you go 72 volt, you will never, ever go back to factory. You just never will. And this thing seems solid so far. Now, if we want to put a chain, like I said, all we have to do is take off the torque plate, or the torque arm, I should say, from the right-hand side. But I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to. My safety is more concerning than putting a chain on and getting a ticket. I don't care if I get a ticket in this bike. I would rather have that than the wheel somehow come out of the dropouts, you know, because you have so much torque going back and forth and it loosens up, you don't pay attention, and it just comes off and I eat shit. I'm not trying to do all that. Another reason why you guys should really think about going to 72 volt on these bikes. This is similar to the Onyx. This is now similar to the Super 73. You don't hear anything. Other than that stupid noise I got to get rid of, you don't hear a damn thing on this bike. It's fantastic. Normally on bikes, you know, the 750, 1000 watt, 1200 watt, 1400 watt, the ones that say they're like fake horsepower, or fake numbers, I should say, fake wattage, but they're not. They make so much noise. I love these things. The fact that this doesn't make any noise just makes it so much better. You can't go wrong. This is what an electric bike should be. Oh. I guess that's the next thing we should talk about a little bit. So, of course, I told you guys earlier, tires were aired down to about 24. I think the back might be 25 and the front's 24. That's a huge difference, 10 PSI more than what we had it set at. And it's not bad. I still feel like we can go a little bit lower, but how much is that gonna kill our range? Because we started this bike ride, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around 82 volts, somewhere around there, 82 something. I need to go into the controller and change some settings because the battery from Powerful Lithium doesn't fully charge to 84 volts. And that's just something we have to adjust. It's probably a safety thing. It's kind of like Teslas. They only charge up to 80% of the battery, even though you can go to 100. I think there's still like a reserve still left. So I can understand why they did that. It's to prolong the battery and stuff like that, but I don't keep these bikes long enough. Like, I'm never gonna really use this bike long enough to really kill the battery like that. But I need to go in the settings and change that. So we're always starting at like 82 volts. Ah, rough. So I'm really curious to know what our range is gonna be. That's basically what I'm trying to get at with all this rambling on. Right now when I let off, it's at 75.8 volts. If I let it sit for like, I don't know, 10 to 15 seconds, probably gonna go up to 76. That's not bad, but I didn't do that big of a trip at all. So I'm a little worried that these tires are probably gonna screw our range a lot. I feel like what we're gonna have to do one of these days, if I wanna keep messing with this bike, we got a lot of projects coming up, a lot of bikes getting sent to us, is get a 72 volt battery for the top. And then I don't know what we're gonna have to do to get the rest of the lighting working. I don't know. Like, I don't really want to do the whole DC to DC converter and all the custom wiring. Uh-oh. There you go. That means we had the bike on for 10 minutes exactly. Come on, light, turn back on. So that's a scary feeling when that happens, but I don't want to go through all the work to do all the custom wiring. I did it on my Super 73. I just don't want to do it on this bike. But what I will say is, if you guys do want to do it, you guys have the basket on the side. You guys can fit all the wiring that you need in there. You might have like a big old bunch of wires coming out, like the box and stuff, like in the storage basket, whatever, in the front when you cut that hole. Because we did have to cut a hole in the front to have all our main wires come out for the display, like the aftermarket one. But you could do it. I'm just not a big fan. I really don't want to do it. So I think the next time we ride this bike, I really want to do a range test. So I'm like debating. Like, you guys maybe tell me before I get to the range test. Should I air these tires down? Okay, tell me this. Drop a comment right now if you guys stay to the end, because you guys are the true MVPs that stick around, and you know, you're my true subscribers that are sticking around all the way to the end, right? Tell me what you think we should air these tires up to. And give a realistic number, because I'll take the majority of what people say. If it's 20 PSI, 25 PSI, 30 PSI, or 22 PSI, I'll literally do the PSI that you guys tell me to do, and I'll do a range test. We can't go any higher than, I think, 35 PSI on these tires, because that's like the limit of what they say. Plus, I'm a little worried about airing them up that much with the stock inner tube in the front and the back. So just let me know, and I will seriously air them up that way, and then we'll go take it around just like we did the Talaria XXX in the last video, and we'll see what happens. And I apologize for my shirt. I keep trying to adjust it. That's why I keep stopping. I'm trying to put my shirt underneath my little backpack straps. But yeah, just let me know, and we'll do that range test. I'll just kind of go around Fresno, just kind of cruising. I'll probably be in the street like this, but then I'll also be in the bike lane. Try to do a little bit of mix of stuff. Most of my range tests are the worst case scenario, almost. So I know you guys really appreciate those videos. And what the hell, that car does not look good just parked there. There's a Pokemon stop right there, but I don't know about all that. I don't want to stand in these lines. I hate the cracks in the road, like the straight lines. But I will say, out of all the tires I've had, these things don't like to catch the lines. Like, I can try to ride in them. Oh, it went away. Okay. Well, that's lovely. I'm trying to do a test here. Come on, road. Give me some bad lines. There we go. Here's one. It's not that bad. It's actually like rideable. I can actually stand in this like little like stupid ass like roadway where it looks like someone just cut it with their lowered car or something like that. It just cracked all the way down. It rides perfectly fine. It's actually fantastic. When I went over the freeway as well, the bike wasn't like this. Like, you have that shakiness to some of the tires on these e-bikes. Didn't get that from these tires at all. Not bad at all. Honestly, these are pretty good tires. It's just they're a little bit smaller than I thought. But I do love how they turn, though. Do love how they turn. Oh, that was my fault. My fault. Wow. Whew. All right. Jonathan, do not wreck. I don't have any type of gear on today because it was so hot. But look at this, like, oh, I don't know how far I can go. I don't know how far I can go. Oh God, this scares me. This scares me. I'm not even like putting my body into it because I'm so afraid. Like, whoa, you're never gonna turn like that. You're never gonna turn like that. But it feels so good. So the best way I can explain how these tires are at the very end of this video is when you go into a turn, and it's like an actual turn where you're going from this street to another street. You go like this, and actually like put your body a little bit into it. That's all you gotta do. But when the bike is coming back up, you have to gradually lift the bike up. Don't try to just grab it and lift it up. You kind of have to ease into it. So as you're going like this, just kind of ease back into it. If you try to do this and go straight like that, you can feel where it's, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it in motorcycle terms. I'm not a motorcycle guy. You know, these aren't motorcycles, even though everyone says they're a motorcycle. It's not. I've never been on a motorcycle. I rebuilt a motorcycle. I put a 750cc engine in a 600 Gixxer. I had to help my buddy because he blew it up. But I've never actually been on a motorcycle, surprisingly, you know, right? Oh, I've got to be careful when turning too because these tires are lower, so make sure you pay attention. This is going to be for anyone that's even on the stock system and you put these tires on there. Again, real quick, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I would not put these tires on if you have just one battery. Only do it if you have a dual battery setup because you're probably going to lose some range. But I would highly go with the Shinkos. I'm sorry. I'll put both links down in the description to Amazon. I do get a little bit of a commission from it, like 2% on any of the orders. So if you guys want to use the links, ew, is that poop? I almost ran over poop. My brand new tires, bro. Almost ran over some crap. Could have been. What is that? Hey, kitty. Kitty. I like kitties. Hold on, let me play with them. Meow. 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 Man, guess he doesn't want to play with me. But anyways, you guys are seriously the true MVPs for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video. I actually don't know what it's going to be. Sometimes I just kind of want to take a little bit of a break, so maybe I'll take a break. I'm not sure. Money has been coming in good. I've had my best month on YouTube last month. I'm actually about to get paid for that month in a couple days, roughly. YouTube pays us monthly. I want to say it's like the 21st of like every month or the 22nd, somewhere around there. And it pays you for the previous month. Also, talking about getting paid, Ride1Up just sent me another commission check, which is nice. Thank you guys for believing in me and, you know, influencing you guys about this bike. I will not steer you guys wrong on bikes. I always give you the pros and cons. Every bike's going to have a pro and con. Most bikes have a lot of cons, most bikes have a lot of pros, but I'm always going to find something wrong with them, and I'm glad that you guys see the difference between what's good, what's bad, what works for you, and what you don't want. So, oh, one more thing to mention on this bike. I cannot get these tires to lock up. Look at that. Wow. That's just something I wanted to show you guys really quick. It absolutely increases your stopping power 100%. So if you guys are thinking about going to a stickier tire, these things are like absolutely insane. I love them. Love them, love them. And what do you know? We actually made it back with only having to turn on the lights once to the stock lighting system. But I wouldn't be surprised if it turns off anytime soon. But yeah, every about 10 minutes or so, just keep in mind that you're always going to have to do that if you do this setup, which I highly recommend you guys do because you guys are going to have a blast. But these are the tires I'm talking about if you don't want to go with the ones that I put on there, because these are a little bit wider. They don't taper off as much. The other ones I feel like they're shorter, but they like go like this more. So highly recommend these bad boys.